You look like you've been attacked by a raccoon.
Oh, it's bad. That's not bad, you know.
It's not bad, is it? It's not
bad at all, mate.
Yeah.
My head feels so small. It's not that bad, is it?
Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Because of all your wonderful generosity, raising £20,000 for the mental health charity Calm over WrestleMania weekend, I now have no eyebrows. Real nice of you, that. Now I can't display emotion properly, like right now. I'm really, really happy. But I've got a way round this. I've been thinking I'm not going to look like an idiot reading serious wrestling news. No, you're not gonna make a fool out of me, are you? No. It's like they were never shaved. Who's the idiot now? Having to talk about someone losing their job. Ivelisse debuted for AEW at the first all-out pay-per-view in 2019 and would start wrestling on Dynamite in July the following year. She teamed with Diamante and even won the promotion's Women's Tag Team Cup tournament, which never really led to anything. But last September, she appeared to be building to a program with then NWA Women's Champion Thunder Rosa. They had a very stiff looking championship match, where Ivelisse suddenly appeared to stop selling for Rosa's offense, causing them to reportedly start shoot fighting in the ring. Ivelisse continued to wrestle for AEW, mostly kept away from Rosa by tagging with Diamante on Dark, last appearing on the 18th of February episode, but she hasn't been seen since, while Diamante has started to wrestle as a singles competitor. And now we've found out why. Oh my god. That's actually, I get why he does that now. That's really satisfying. Going by Ivelisse's own now deleted tweet, she's been released by AEW. History repeats itself, unfortunately. I speak up about mistreatment and get let go. That's life. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select is reporting that a couple of weeks ago he reached out to Ivelisse, who confirmed she was still with the company. However, talent had informed us prior to that they didn't expect Ivelisse to return to AEW as she had well-known disagreements with agents backstage. Adding as far back as March 20th, Fightful was told by talent that Ivelisse likely would not remain with the company. Ivelisse herself sent a statement to Fightful Select which alleges, "I spoke up about mistreatment from a coach, even to other women too. There were witnesses, and I was the one suspended and left in limbo and just now let go, and nothing has been done at all the entire time about Thunder Rosa slandering my name the entire time in AEW and doing everything to sabotage my position there. I keep quiet." Thunder Rosa also has a history of getting involved with officials in order to get ahead, which there was a lawsuit and everything in Lucha Underground. She then continued to post about Rosa on Twitter. Nope, it was her being unprofessional. She had done the same thing in Lucha Underground as well, and was unprofessional, hurting my tag partner's jaw the next match and slandering my name the entire time at AEW. Fightful Select also confirmed that Ivelisse was said to have been in limbo for quite a while, but the official release came yesterday. It's very rare for AEW to release wrestlers, especially during the pandemic, with the only other names from the Dynamite era being Jimmy Havoc, Bea Priestley, and Sadie Gibbs. What do you make of the situation? Let me know in the comments, because I'll be replying to people from out of nowhere. Now I need to change my eyebrow expression to happy for this next story. While AEW was last night, NXT took place on Tuesday in its new weekly slot, and the ratings for that episode are now in. And unsurprisingly, they're really good. It's almost like the two shows should have run unopposed for a year and a half. NXT drew an average of 805,000 viewers, which is great, but it's the massive increase in the 18 to 49 demographic, almost doubling what they usually get, that's so impressive. This is NXT's best rating since Halloween Havoc last year. Remember, you can watch our new NXT podcast review on the WrestleTalk podcast channel with Tempest and Chopper, the Intangibles. Now I need to change my eyebrow expression again for my review of AEW Dynamite in about 5 minutes. So here's a message from me from a happier time when I had all my hair. Before we get on with the rest of the episode, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to this video's sponsor, the brand new RPG Darkfire Heroes, which you can download for free using our special links in the video description below. An evil force has descended over the land. The nation's armies and soldiers have fled. The fate of the world now lies with the ancient heroes who have risen up to push back the darkness. And that's you. You're the hero. Well done, you're the hero there. Battle your way through armies of deadly monsters and ghouls in the huge campaign mode for awesome rewards, like the powerful heroes to strengthen your team, and then use those rare heroes to beat friends, as Darkfire is the only game on the planet to have multiple styles of PvP, including Castle Conquest, where you try to destroy your opponent's castle, and Hero Race, to see who can defeat all their enemies first. And because Darkfire has only just launched, they're doing a special bonus for players, where you get a new reward every day for the first 7 days, including the warrior tank style hero Cruzo. Why isn't warrior tank a type of Pokemon? So get your first reward, a special adventure chest, right now by downloading Darkfire Heroes using our special links below, which is completely free on Android and iOS. Support WrestleTalk, support Darkfire Heroes, and download it now. Is that being very impressed? I wasn't that into last week's show closing angle of the Young Bucks turning heel. I feel like we'd already had that story beat, with the Bucks yet again appearing conflicted over their pretty toxic friendship with Kenny Omega. I can't believe I'm saying this, but for once, I didn't want complex, psychologically torn characters. I just wanted some bad guys. But, as always, trust in AEW, as they immediately got me back on board right at the start of this episode. The Bucks cut a super heel promo about bringing back the old Young Bucks, and then had an excellent pay-per-view caliber 20-minute match against Death Triangle, where they did all the heel bits, complete with the invisible handjob Don Callis as their manager. I love the Bucks as baby faces, but they've been that for so long, I've forgotten how their true prime state is heel. They were otherworldly here with facials, mannerisms, tactics. They worked the camera as much as the crowd, all while somehow making the most incredible, athletic, babyface offense obnoxiously heelish. That's really tough. And there's no one better at it than them, and their opponents were no slouches either, with Pac and Phoenix frequently forgetting that gravity is a thing, and providing an excellent Black Arrow nearfall, but Nick low-blowed Pac and then tore off Phoenix's mask to get the dastardly win. The Bucks won. They're dickheads. This is the best thing to happen to the AEW tag division since the FTR match at Full Gear. And seeing the Super Elite all together properly healing it up in a car park promo later on made you even more excited for the biggest douchebags in wrestling, which is the perfect antithesis to their former Elite buddy, the guy who thought he was the problem. Hangman Page dodged Marvez's question backstage about the Elite being evil now. Jade Cargill had a perfect match against Red Velvet, putting over Velvet's babyface fire at the start, but quickly destroying her with strength. Cargill oozes charisma, and her booking emphasizes big moves at a fast pace, hiding any potential inexperience. She's female Goldberg. Gelberg. On the men's side of new exciting talent, the Governor, Anthony Ogogo, punched Cole Carter in the gut, leading to a referee stoppage in 10 seconds. Another fantastic piece of booking to build up a relatively green wrestler who used to be a boxer. Hide the inexperience by emphasizing the strengths. It's booking 101, but it's so refreshing to see after watching another company that looks at a wrestler's strengths and goes, yeah, but let's undermine all that in a 15-minute match against Elias on Raw. Britt Baker is still working her way up the rankings. Miro cut a promo on how he hasn't seen Kip Sabian since their Arcade Anarchy match, building a feud there presumably. And then we got another pay-per-view level match to start the second hour. Chris Jericho versus Dax Harwood, with Mike Tyson as the special guest enforcer. This was the perfect first match to blow off some of the Inner Circle versus Pinnacle steam, while still keeping so much for later. And while Tyson didn't really do much, he undoubtedly elevated the significance of the bout, calling it right down the middle to further establish Jericho's face turn. The rest of the respective factions started warring at ringside, letting Tyson knock out Cash Wheeler and Jericho hitting a Judas elbow, it's Judas effective, to win. The right result, and both guys looked brilliant. Thanks for your support on Patreon. He's no jackass, Dano, and he's a sexy man. Not an Andrew Gross man. Thunder Rosa got a video package saying she wants both the NWA and AEW women's titles, which led into Chris Statlander getting a solid squash match victory over Amber Nova. Rosa, Statlander, Shida, Conti, Cargill, Velvet, Baker. AEW have finally built themselves an actual women's division. But then came my low-key favourite thing on the show. Not that low-key. Taz calling Christian Cage a shitbag. Although it was at that point when I realised Darby Allin versus Matt Hardy in a Falls Count Anywhere match was main eventing the show, and I started to fear for everyone's lives. Christian Cage got an in-ring interview with Tony Schiavone, which obviously involved the compulsory interruption from Team Taz. Christian said he's not going to join the faction while getting in a wonderful shot at Taz's height, leading Taz to say if he was standing on his wallet, he'd be 3 foot taller, and that he never liked Christian or his friend, and that Christian shouldn't be wearing orange and black, those are his colours. This was just the best possible version of angry, ranty Taz. Hobbs beat down Christian, setting up a match between them next week, and we'll also get Shida versus Conti, Trent versus Penta, and Starks versus Page. I doubt we'll get another TNT title defense for a while though, because Darby and Hardy got out of hand fast. Been meaning to talk to you about that, Darby Allin. You killed the announcers table. Might want to lay low for a while. Chairs, parkour on steel steps, the Butcher chucking a bin at Allen, and then all the faction warfare with the Dark Order backing up Sting against the Hardy family office. This was chaos in a fun, coherent way. Even when Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page suddenly tried to beat up Sting, but Lance Archer made the save kind of, so Sting could play baseball bat catch with his son Alan. It all kind of made sense. And underneath all this was a fun hardcore match, with Hardy actually making me believe he'd win a mid-card title in 2021 with a leg drop off a ladder through a table backstage. But Allen topped that to retain, hitting a coffin drop off the trussing, apparently 20 feet in the air going by JR measures, coincidentally the same measure I used to size up my penis, which is to say massively inflated. Allen crashed Hardy through the announcer's table, the first time the Dynamite desk has ever been used in a table spot. What did you think of AEW Dynamite? Let me know in the comments down below and vote in our poll on a poll match on the community tab, where 72% of you decided to mourn the AEW announce table May 2019 to April 2021. This was a fantastic episode with 3 incredible matches spaced evenly throughout the show and a lot of work building up younger talent like Hobbs, Agogo and Cargill. This week's Dynamite is 4 out of 5. A WWE star has quit. Find out who by clicking the video on the right and watch me lose not just my hair and my eyebrows, but also a wrestling trivia show with the brand new Quizzlemania. Click in the video below that. I've been Mr. Davis. Jam that jam.